Hi, I'm Jeanette Roche. This is Forum Daily West. Here are some of the top stories we've been following. Early bird royal watchers line the streets near Parliament Hill to catch a glimpse of the King and Queen. Plus, in a rare event for Canada's monarch, King Charles formally opens Parliament by reading the speech from the throne. And wildfires forced thousands of residents out of their homes across the prairies. Thanks so much for joining us. King Charles has formally opened Parliament by reading the speech from the throne in a rare event for Canada's monarch. After inspecting a 100-person honor guard and receiving a 21-gun salute, King Charles and Queen Camilla entered the Senate building as trumpets played, walking past members of Parliament and Indigenous leaders. He then read the throne speech, setting out Prime Minister Mark Carney's priorities for the current session and his vision for nation building and economic growth.
The Prime Minister and the President of the United States, for example, have begun defining a new economic and security relationship between Canada and the United States, rooted in mutual respect and founded on common interests to deliver transformational benefits for both sovereign nations. The government is guided by its conviction that the economy is only truly strong when it serves everyone. Many Canadians are struggling to get ahead. The government is responding, reducing middle-class taxes and saving two-income families up to $840 a year. It will cut the GST on homes at or under $1 million for first-time home buyers, delivering savings of up to $50,000. And it will lower the GST on homes between $1 million and $1.5 million.
Before King Charles delivered the speech from the throne, early bird royal watchers lined up behind barricades in front of Parliament Hill today to catch a glimpse of the royals. King Charles and Queen Camilla began their procession in a horse-drawn carriage, accompanied by Governor General Mary Simon and escorted by Mounties. The entourage made its way to the Senate building, where the King received full military honors.
As a Canadian, I feel that when the head of state of Canada comes to perform the highest level of responsibility, that is opening the first session of a new parliament, we as Canadians need to be here to cheer him on.
A witness to history, something that may not ever happen again in our lifetimes, where a monarch opens Parliament in Canada.
We love to see the royal family. We have always liked to see the royal family.
We're going to miss this opportunity. I don't know how many more times we'll see King Charles.
Oh, this is true, yeah.
So we thought we better not miss this.
I've been in Canada for over 65 years. It's my country. Didn't get to meet his mother, but I thought I needed to be here for him, for the mother.
Alberta's chief electoral officer has issued writs for 3 provincial by-elections to be held on Monday, June 23rd. The by-election will be held in the ridings of Edmonton, Ellerslie, Edmonton, Strathcona, and Olds, Didsbury, Three Hills. Edmonton, Strathcona is expected to be the most closely watched by-election, with NDP leader Naheed Nenshi looking to win the seat left vacant following the resignation of previous NDP leader Rachel Notley. Candidate nominations are now open and will close on June 5th. Advance voting begins on Tuesday, June 17th, and will wrap up on Saturday, June 21st. Election day is the 23rd, with official results announced on Thursday, July 3rd at 10 a.m. The Alberta Teachers Association is taking the temperature of its members, and it would be safe to say they're running a fever. The union has taken what's called a strike authorization vote, which is a precursor to an actual strike vote. The risk of flooding in Calgary and southern Alberta has been greatly reduced thanks to a new reservoir that has been completed. The new Springbank off-stream reservoir is located in Rocky View County, about 15 kilometers west of Calgary on Treaty 7 land. The $850 million project was designated and built following the devastating floods in 2013. Flooding that cost $1.7 billion in damage. The new reservoir will manage downstream water flows by temporarily holding water and reducing flows along the Elbow River. The diversion channel will move water to the storage reservoir, protecting surrounding areas from flooding. The reservoir will be able to contain water volume equivalent to 28,000 Olympic swimming pools. It will then release it back into the river after the flood risk has passed. Wildfires have forced residents across the prairies out of their homes. Authorities in Manitoba say about 600 residents from a town northwest of Winnipeg have been ordered out due to an advancing wildfire. Some 1,300 residents of Swan Hills, Alberta, have also been ordered to leave ahead of an advancing wind-whipped fire nearby. Meanwhile, the Peter Ballantine Cree Nation in Saskatchewan has imposed an evacuation order for more than 1,800 residents of Pelican Narrows, which is northeast of Saskatoon. The city of Grande Prairie, Alberta, is getting a financial shot in the arm as it continues to transition to its own municipal police force. The province has announced $7 million in additional funding to get the police service up and running.
This funding is going to help cover some of the projected startup costs associated with the building, the implementation, the new service, including salaries and benefits and recruitment and equipment and training. And by removing some of this financial pressure, we're helping to ensure that the Grande Prairie Police Service is well positioned to succeed as the primary police of jurisdiction for this city in 2026.
The city of Grande Prairie decided to phase out the RCMP and create its own municipal police force in 2023. Tuesday's funding announcement builds on the initial commitment from the Alberta government of $9.7 million over 2 years. The total cost estimated for the 5-year transition is about $19 million. A judge has fined a commercial kitchen company $10,000 for bylaw offenses linked to an E. coli outbreak at Calgary daycares that saw hundreds of children fall ill. Fueling Minds pleaded guilty in April to 4 offenses after the 2023 outbreak. About 448 people were infected with E. coli, including 39 children and 1 adult who were hospitalized. A report by Alberta Health Services says the outbreak was likely tied to meatloaf, but that it might never be determined how the bacteria actually got there. A Freedom Convoy organizer has asked the Ontario Court of Justice for a stay of proceedings for his involvement in the 2022 protest in downtown Ottawa. Chris Barber argues that the legal advice given to him by police officers, lawyers, and a Superior Court judge during the rally was erroneous, and that as a result, the Crown is not entitled to convict him. The Crown is pursuing a 2-year prison sentence against Barber and to seize his truck. If the application for a stay of proceedings is successful, Barber would not see prison time, nor would his truck be seized. Diane Magus, Chris Barber's lawyer, says he testified at the stay application on May 21st and 22nd, but they were not able to complete the submissions. He is due back in court May 30th to complete those submissions. Rural healthcare was the topic of discussion Tuesday at the Sandman Signature. The Lethbridge Chamber of Commerce hosted a conference called Bridging the Gap. The event featured panel discussions, data presentations, and opportunities for healthcare professionals to network with various healthcare and community leaders. Teladoc Health Canada, the main sponsor, is attempting to develop a hybrid system of care where doctors and physicians can meet remotely in areas where there are shortages of staff and services.
There is not an equal representation of access to physicians in rural and remote or even general healthcare services that match the population needs. So for example, you can't have all of the physicians that you need in certain communities that meet the needs of the patients and Albertans in those regions. And so there's just a huge opportunity, I think, in certain cases to leverage technology to bridge where patients have a need and where you can bring in certain specialists or GPs or even professionals for mental health into those communities remotely. So I think there's a huge opportunity, again, working as a team of collective intelligence and also collective capabilities of bringing solutions together.
Lethbridge police are investigating a single vehicle rollover in the coulees that happened Tuesday night on the north side of the city just after 9 o'clock behind the 800 block of Jesse McClay Road North. When police arrived, they located a 33-year-old female passenger a short distance from the vehicle and the 35-year-old male driver still inside. The two people were transported to hospital with serious injuries. Further investigation determined they'd been traveling northbound on Stafford Drive when the driver failed to navigate a corner. The vehicle crashed through a chain link fence and rolled multiple times down an embankment. Police believe both speed and alcohol were factors in the crash. The investigation is ongoing and police say charges are pending. Starting in June, the Coaldale and Picture Butte RCMP will equip all frontline officers with body-worn cameras. The Mounties say it's part of their ongoing commitment to transparency, accountability, and modernization. Sergeant Mike Noonan, Coaldale Picture Butte RCMP Detachment, says body cams are increasingly used by police agencies worldwide for their ability to provide accurate, unbiased audio-video documentation of police interactions. Key benefits include enhanced accountability and public trust, improved police community interactions, better evidence collection, and efficient complaint resolution.
So I just wanted the public to be aware and informed that our officers, if they're encountering our officers, they will be wearing body cams, and I think it's a great tool for both us and for the public to protect each of us and provide an accurate description or occurrence event and both video and audio capability that can be used in court. It's very important because it will show from the start of the incident right to the end. Oftentimes we get video sent to us or provided that only shows a portion of an interaction, which doesn't tell the whole story.
Noonan says RCMP is deploying 10,000 to 15,000 cameras across the country. Well, if you're in downtown Lethbridge this summer, be on the lookout for Foodie Fest. On the last Tuesday of each month from now until August, food trucks and downtown restaurants will participate in a celebration of culture and flavor. Participating food trucks will gather around Galt Gardens and Festival Square, while nearby restaurants offer free samples to visitors.
This is one of the first festivals that we do, and it's always nice to come out and enjoy the beautiful weather and seeing people out at large and kind of enjoying downtown and all the businesses and stuff coming around and just getting out. And if you're in the area, make sure you come on down and don't miss it. If you see it coming up again this year or next year, you always have a good time and good food to be eaten by everybody.
Some downtown shops will stay open late while Foodie Fest runs until 8 p.m. Once again on the last Tuesday of each month throughout the summer. Definitely mark your calendars for that if you're working near downtown. Sounds fun. That food looked really good too. Well, two local roller derby jammers will lace up their skates down under and wear the maple leaf to represent Canada during the Junior Roller Derby World Cup 2025 in Australia. The tournament will take place from July 26th to 28th and will bring together youth skaters from 10 countries. The head coach for Canada's Junior Roller Derby 2025, Caroline Reimer, explains.
Especially as far away as Australia, we've really focused on our biggest challenge, which would be playing Team USA. So our goal is to train to play USA, to train to compete against USA, and our sight is that gold medal game. I think being able to bring Canada in, and we're in the forefront of many sports. We are a kind team, we're thoughtful, we are tough, we're strong, but we also understand that we're playing different people and we adjust our play to the team that we're playing. So it's a huge honor to be able to represent our country.
The new strength I'm bringing is positivity. Last time I was younger, I was 14. This time I'm 16, and I think that my maturity is higher. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to be there with my team because me and my team are really close. I think win or lose, place or not, it's gonna be such a good experience, and we're just gonna have lots of fun, and it means a lot to be there. It's an honor.
More than 8,300 workers will lose their jobs by the time Hudson's Bay closes all of its stores on June 1st. New court documents obtained by the Canadian Press say the job cuts will be about 1,000 staff at the retailer who will work for 2 more weeks to let people pick up furniture and fixtures they bought. After that, just over 100 employees will remain dedicated to the Bay's retail operations, its corporation and distribution centers. The filings made in the retailer's creditor protection case show workers will not get termination or severance packages, but will collect accrued vacation pay based on their last day of work. That is your Forum Daily West report. I'm Jeanette Roche. Thanks so much for watching.